to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
Joined with UNI head men's basketball coach Ben Jacobson on this Panther Sports Talk as the non-conference season has completed for the UNI men's basketball team. They get ready to get back into conference play after one early one in December. Coach, your last three games right before Christmas, you had two down in Hawaii, a couple of two-point games, and a nice road win at Marshall. And the guys played real competitive, lost the two games down in Hawaii. But overall, I'd say the last 2 weeks, you got to feel like your team's been playing well.
Yeah, we've made a lot of progress, and the Marshall game was, I think, our best 40 minutes. St. Bonaventure, of course, would be the other one, but here recently, the second half against Jackson State, our defense was much better. That carried over to the Marshall game. We really, after a slow start against Marshall, we got things going at both ends. Our ball pressure was really good in that Marshall game once we got about midway through that first half, and that continued, and so defensively, a really good performance for us. We had a lot of guys play well in that game, and then then the trip to Hawaii, and obviously got off to a little bit of a different start with Trey having to stay back home and with Seth having to stay back home, and I thought the guys, for the most part, adjusted to that pretty well, and we were within a couple plays in each game down in Hawaii.
Coach, looking at that Marshall game, a 75-60 win for the UNI Panthers. A.J. Green had 29 points. Really got things rolling offensively in that game.
Yeah, he did, and in the second half, once he got going, I felt like our guys really did a nice job of finding him. Did a nice job of saying, hey, look, because Marshall switched all five, so there were matchups that were in our favor. They put some different guys on AJ, but they were switching the ball screens with everybody. So those matchups became pretty clear to AJ and more, as importantly, to his teammates. And so Trey, in particular, a couple of the other guys with the understanding, hey, if they're going to put if they're going to put this player on him, then let's just get out of the way here and let's see how long he can stay on this role. And that helped us get out to we got up 13, we got up 15, and put us in a spot where we were going to win that basketball game. So AJ did. He got going. He really played well. Did a great job for us. And then the recognition by his teammates to say, hey, look, these matchups are in our favor. Let's continue to use them.
Cole Henry had a good game, 12 points, 7 rebounds. When he's out there and he's on, he looks really good running that offense.
Yeah, that for sure. One of Cole's best overall games. He's had some moments and he's had some stretches where he's really passed the ball well. But this was his best in terms of putting some points on the board, rebounding the basketball, and that's his game, his value in his game isn't necessarily a guy right now that's going to get to double figures every night, but what he is able to do in terms of getting other players easy shots. Yeah. That's really what he's brought to our team, and he loves doing that. That's as important as anything when you've got a guy who understands where his value is and what that means to the rest of the team.
A guy that is an incredible passer, filled in when Austin Fife wasn't able to go that much. First game down in Hawaii, a 76-74 loss to Liberty. Noah Carter led the way with 20 points, as he's a guy has that potential. If he gets some good looks and knocks the first couple in, he can fill it up quick.
Yeah, and he was. We got off to a great start in that game, and that starting group with Titan in the starting lineup for the first time. I thought Titan played well. We got off to a good start. When Noah came into the game, we really took it to another spot, and we're off to a great start. 10, 11, 12 minutes into that basketball game, and then we hit offensively the last 7 minutes. We didn't score enough points and put ourselves in a little bit of a tougher spot down 8 at halftime. But Noah did. Noah had a good game. He was aggressive and got us going offensively with some things.
All right, we'll have more with UNI head basketball coach Ben Jacobson as the Panthers coming off 2 games at the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic and get ready for conference play. Don't go anywhere.